Hello everyone and welcome back to Minecraft. Today I'm going to show you an idea that I had for a whack-a-mole style game using target blocks, which is a new feature in Minecraft. And this was inspired after watching Cubfan's video on Hermitcraft, where he has an area called Target, where he has a bunch of target block based minigames. So here we go. I'll show it off to you first and then explain how it works. When the light turns on, you're allowed to shoot. The closer to the center you get, the higher your score. Come on, target. Okay, let's do a couple more shots. So it's still on, so I can still shoot it. And now it's off. So it is a randomized thing. It has a 1 in 3 chance of turning on or off. Let me quickly turn it back off so it's easier to explain the circuit. So before we get started, I'm going to go over what each circuit does. So the yellow circuit, which is right there, that's in charge of randomizing the system. So that chooses whether the light and the target is on or off. The black is the target block score tracker. So the closer you get to the center, the more pulses it outputs. The magenta section is the global timing circuit. That determines how often the randomized thing happens. Next up is green, and that's just a line that when you power it, it randomizes the output, whether the target is on or off. And the red line is just the pulsed score output. So the more pulses you get on that line, the higher your score. Now let's get started and explain how it works. So right off the bat, we have our target block and a comparator with an air gap. On the other side, we have a small pulse extender. And all this does is the higher the input value, so the closer to the center, the longer the pulse is. And this is just a simple observer clock where the two observers face each other. That's rather simple. In order to cut off the input when the target isn't activated, that's what this yellow circuit is for. So here's just a simple dropper randomizer. Two droppers facing into each other. Whenever you power this one, it switches items. This right here just allows me to make it more compact, because otherwise I'd need 2 redstone spaces and I only wanted 1. So this is just a lectern with a book put to page 1 of 15. This is in subtract mode, so that means if you get any signal that's less powerful than 2, it won't go through. Target block to redirect it just so that it can turn on the light in the piston. Okay, next up is the green line. This green line is actually controlled by the clock. This is just a simple etho hopper clock that I modified just to work with target blocks, just for the theme. And every time this goes back and forth, it sends a new pulse to the randomized line, which chooses a new item. So if you see right now, it's cyan wool. If I do that, it changed to warp planks. If I do it again, that time it happened to choose the bow, which is a non-stackable item, so now everything is activated. Next up is the red line. Whenever this shoots out a pulse, it goes down the red line into the dropper, dropping a gold nugget to signify score. And when this is together, I'll do that just by removing this. You can see it just pulses indefinitely. So it's just a concept, and with one of these it's not very exciting, but imagine if you had a wall of 5 or 10 or 15 of them that are all randomized independently, then you could start having some fun. Anyway, that's the concept I had. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm glad to have you on the channel. See you next time.